YouTube, what's happening? It is Wednesday, June 25th, and we're going to talk about WNBA now. There are 2 games today and 2 games tomorrow on Thursday. We're going to combine them in this video to make it an easy video. So we're going to break everything down. I have lines for all the games, so might as well just put them together, right? Makes sense? I know, right? Good stuff. So yesterday, you know what doesn't make sense? Going 0 for 3, because Minnesota not only didn't cover, they lost. Atlanta didn't cover, they lost. And Caitlin Clark went 0 for 6 from 3. 0 for 6. What? Sometimes the numbers don't work out. That clearly didn't work out. So baseball did its job though. 11-3 in baseball. We'll take that every day. But we've been awesome too. It's been a great little run we've had WNBA. Finally, we had a bad day. What can you do? So over 3. That puts us, what were we, 11-3 or 11-4 the last, or 12? It was something like that last 4 days, four videos. We finally hit a bump. What can we do? So if you want the plays typed out for every single sport I do, or access to the spreadsheets, HQ, simple as that. So, you know, just there's good days, there's bad days. That's how betting works. Not every day's perfect and not every day's miserable. So we're going to move on though. We can't change the past. We can focus on the future. That's all we can do. So 2 games today, 2 games tomorrow. Let's jump to the first game right now. All right, let's jump into the first one. It's going to be Connecticut and Las Vegas. So we can see currently it is 18.5 point favorite at home. 159.5 is our total. We look at the spreadsheet. We can see this information. Somebody pointed out they want to start seeing injuries. Hey, I got you. I'll pull up injuries. No problem. We'll look at them. So Connecticut and Vegas. So we have 2 very poor offenses, the worst offense and the 3rd worst offense. Yet the 3rd worst offense is supposed to be 20 points better. They're winning their games by, they're losing their games by 3. They're losing their games by 13. That doesn't come out to a 19 point spread. Defenses are not the worst. They're in the yellow, which is average. Connecticut's 2-point defense is 3rd best. This is not screaming Vegas at all. 2v7, 10v6. These are both 3-point range. That leans for Vegas. Maybe Vegas 3-point prop might be the way to go. Offensive and defensive ratings are terrible all around. If there's not like a good 3-point prop, I think this game's gonna be a pass probably. Point wise, we're looking at a total of 150 even and 165.8. Our range is 159, literally in the center. Does nothing for us. So let's pop over to the schedule, to the injuries. People want to see it? I got you. Connecticut, what do we got? Mabry is out Tuesday, as of today. Is projected to return to game in probably 2 to 4 weeks to a left knee injury. That's a big deal. That's probably why it's such a big spread. And then I don't know who you are. So you've been out. You won't join until overseas commitment. Okay, cool, whatever. Las Vegas, we'll scroll down for that one. And we have no updates, but yeah, you don't, yeah. So no news on YouTube. So there's your stuff. Let's go to props. Outlier, link in the pinned comment. Click this line, get you a week for free. And we can load up. Man, Mabry's not playing for Connecticut is a really big deal all of a sudden. I just props to whoever pointed out the injuries. Hey, I got you here. So yeah, that's helpful. That's helpful for sure. So we want Suns and Aces. Damn, is this a game Asia goes over? Because we've taken Asia unders like they're candy. There's been free money. You see, it's been great. 35.5 now. That's a low number. It's to the point where Mabry's not playing. Damn, she's a guard that doesn't really help much. So let's start with Asia unders, because this is, but we've been playing it so much, and we'll start with that. And then I'm not taking it under 1.5 threes. We'll start with this, and then we'll go ahead and pop over to the overs too, just to see who we. Damn, it's a lot of overs. Okay, who's gonna fill in for Connecticut now that Mabry's not there? Who's gonna be the one shooting? That's all Vegas players. Who's gonna do all the scoring? Somebody got to score. So who's hitting threes? That's what we want. Vegas threes. That's what I want to see. Vegas. No threes. Just Jewel Lloyd is the only one. I'm down. Are you hitting at least 2? Yeah, your average is 3. He has 0 here against Indiana. Indiana does have the best 3-point defense by far, and that was 3 days ago. So I think I do like this. Yeah, I think I like Jewel Lloyd to hit a couple threes. I don't know about Vegas being an 18-point favorite with or without Mabry on Connecticut, but Asia's been very close. Like now, because we took her like under like 40. We took her under 37. Now she's at 35. They keep lowering it. Just no. She's going to hit it eventually, because she's averaging 25 in the last 5. 29.8 in the last 5 on the 35 is a beautiful line, but the last 2 games have been close, a little sweaty. So I think I'm going to leave the under for her off. I think I'm going to take Jewel Lloyd to hit some threes. This 0 against Indiana doesn't bother me, because Indiana is so nasty at defending the 3. They allow 22% or something, 28%. It's in the 20s. I know that much. So if you can't hit threes, how many did you take? You only took 4 because you knew you were 0 for 4. Like, okay, I'm done. I'm done shooting. And then you were 3 for 4 here. Yeah, you take 8 mostly. Yeah, give me Joel Lloyd to hit how many threes? 2? Yeah, I'm down for that. Give me. So we're gonna go JLLOYD over 1.5 3-pointers, 3 colas. I don't need to put J Lloyd. There's not a second Lloyd, is there? I'm just gonna put Lloyd. All right, we got that. Let's move on to the next one. All right, game 2 is going to be New York and Golden State, and man, New York has been nasty most of the season. They have lost 2 in a row now. Golden State has been that team that you didn't expect to do anything, that they're doing things because they are an expansion team, and normally expansion teams don't do great usually. So, but today we have 8.5 point New York on the road, 161.5 is our total. But you look at the numbers and everything, this is a pretty close. Like Golden State's number 1 in defense, number 1. 4v2, 6v11. That's a Golden State lean, definitely. 2 and 3 is a push. 6 and 9 is kind of a push. 13 and 10, 12, 3. 3 is a massive lean for defending that 3. New York is going to, they're struggling at the 3 recently. 9, 1, 7, 8. Yeah, this is screaming Golden State. Plus 8.5 at home, too. Let's go look at injuries because apparently that's the thing now. We got to do it. Let's go. Boop, injuries. Who do we got for New York? Well, Golden State, Carla, questionable, so somebody might come back. Day-to-day, not a big deal. And then we see New York. Is New York on here? They have, okay, so Sabrina is questionable, except to play today. You are out, missed 4 to 6 weeks. That is, you'll be back in July. You update, you're on the German team, so you're out. Wow. Okay. So New York has some injuries. Good to know. Good to know. I like having these injuries now. That's something nice. That's good. It's a good addition. Good addition. Shout out to who recommended that. Shout out. So, and let's go over here. That's Asia. Why are we looking at Asia? We want the next game. We want Liberty Valkyries. Who do we have on the overs? We got Kayla Thornton, who has been, well, on the overs, just straight balling out. Points and rebounds over. Threes over. We'll look at both of those. Brianna Stewart over. So there we go. Who has bad 3-point defense? New York. Who is hitting threes? Kayla Thornton does. Uh-oh. 2-8 and a 1-5 against New York, who is 10th in 3-point defense. Just sign me up. Thanks. I'm done. That's it. That's what I'm saying. I wonder what to click. I'm so baffled. Yeah, I like that. How many threes you taking though? Let's take a little info look. 8, 9, yeah, 7.4 attempts. You only got to make 2 to get a 160. Put it on the list. I'm done. Thornton over 1.5, 3 colas. We got double 3 colas in the first 2 games. Love that. What else we got? Points, rebounds. Yeah, pretty close here. I would probably 27 average on a 21. Not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. You could easily take that. But New York tends to have, if you go on the whole season, New York has nasty defense. Lately, not so much. So, ooh, yeah, Kayla Thornton could be a play. I'm going to take her to hit a couple threes because she shoots a bunch of them. So, yeah, we'll take that. How about some Brianna? How you been doing? Ooh, your line is very close. 24.5 is your average on a 27.6 is your average on a 24.5 line. So, you have a three cushions, not bad. You balled out here, 35 against Phoenix. Took this play. We bet this one. Got it right. This one, sweaty. This one, I think I'm going to take Thornton and hit them threes. I think that's the play I want. So we're going to take that and move on to the next one. All right, let's move on. We got LA and Indiana. First game up for tomorrow on Thursday is going to be Indiana 10.5 points at home with a 170.5 total. Spreadsheet, we see what we have going on here. Clearly, Indiana, they're 5-5, last 10-7. They're very average. Clark is playing like garbage right now the last 3 games, but her teammates are playing great, so it's working out. LA is not a good team overall. 2v13, you can see there's multiple advantages. The number 1-2 versus the last place team inside. Yeah, Indiana is going to crush this line. Best they should. You never know though. But 10.5 Indiana is the play, clearly based on the numbers alone. Let's go look at some injuries, shall we? We pop over here. Can we zoom that in a little bit? Yeah, we can zoom in. We can see LA, Brink, and Sims are not playing. They didn't play yesterday, but they might play. Not yesterday. They didn't play Monday, but they should play tomorrow, it looks like, on Thursday. So we'll see. And if we come down to Indiana, Bonner has no interest in returning to play for the Fever. Just like, I ain't playing with y'all. So, all right, Bonner. Whatever. Let's go look at the props. So we swap this over. Do we? Yep, we have Sparks and Fever. We do have props. Sweet. You know what we're not taking? Clark threes. Not a chance. Not a chance. So we have Stevens and Boston over. We can see how these two are doing. Let's open these up, see how the numbers are, the averages, and whatnot. Stevens, 22.6, 19.5, pretty good, not bad. Going popping over the line. That 10's bringing the average down, but you can see clearly popping over. But Indiana defense is pretty nasty, especially inside. They're third in rebounds. They are, yeah, no, I'm not taking any LA players, not a chance. Boston, fairly consistent, but there's a downward trend I don't like seeing. 7, 14, 13, 13, 11. That's going down. Can't do that. So far, Indiana by 10.5 at home is by far the best play. What else do we have? Let's go swap to the unders now. Let's take a look at those. Look at all the unders. Clark under because Clark under, Plum under for sure because you're playing against Indiana who has amazing defense. Hamby under against the Indy defense. Let me show you all these. We'll come back to Clark last. Hamby pretty 24 on a 27. Yeah, not bad for an under. And then we got Plum 24 on a 25. Pretty sweaty either way. Wouldn't touch it. Lastly, Clark has, look at that, 6 points, 2 rebounds, 9 assists. Has just been terrible in the last few games, especially from 3. Look at the 3. 0-1-2, 0-1-0. Shot 7, 10, and 6. She is 1 for 23 in her last 3 games from 3. What? Yeah, we're not touching that. Not a chance. Now, eventually she's going to heat up. We know this. This is how sports go. So I think the best play for this one is going to be trust the numbers here and just give me Indiana. Indiana over, not over, minus Indiana 10.5. That's what I want. I want Indiana at home 10.5 next. All right, last up is Washington and Vegas. This was a little tricky because Vegas is playing today and tomorrow, so it's going to be a little hard. The numbers are not updated because obviously got to play a game first, but you can see currently Vegas minus 8.5, 162.5 total. Come over here. Washington looks like a better team overall. At least they have very few reds. They're not a good scoring team. They're very low scoring. They don't shoot too they don't do anything really well, but they're kind of average to below average. Vegas is just bad in most areas, except for shooting threes. They're really good out here recently for some reason. So, again, what did I take in the first one? I took Lloyd to hit 2 threes. I might do the same thing again. So let's pop over to the props. Actually, nope. We got to look at the injuries. Got to look at the injuries because I like that now. Washington go to the bottom. Sykes, let's see, will not play Tuesday's game, didn't play yesterday, should play Thursday, and you were May 1st, went surgery on ACL. So, and then we want Vegas again. We already looked at it. 2, we don't know anything about them. So, cool, whatever. Let's look over the props. Am I have props for this one? Mystics and Aces? No props because Vegas has to play first before we have props for this game. So, that makes a lot of sense. So, what do we do? I think I have to pass. I think I'll probably go back and take where's the Suns Aces. Yeah, if I come back here because I took let me load the over up real quick. I took Lloyd. No, Lloyd. Yeah, wait, what did I take? Let me read this. Yeah, I took Lloyd for the Aces. I'll probably take Lloyd again for threes if I could get it because Washington is 9th in threes. Ugh, man, this ain't a good thing. This is not good. Washington's wait a minute. Washington's a dog by 8.5. Okay, something's fishy here. Something is just not adding up here. I don't like any of this. Okay, based on this, Washington should be favored probably because Vegas is not playing well at all. Washington doesn't have. I mean, Sykes is out, but Sykes should be back for this game. None of that's adding up to make any sense. Okay, when we have weird lines like this, we don't. No, let me just leave this alone. Pass, no lean. Let me just not waste any effort on this one. Sometimes you look at games, you're like, why is that? Huh? Just move on. So schedule. We did today and tomorrow. Then we got Friday. We got 5 games on Friday, 1 on Saturday. I will combine all of that together into one video on Friday. So that way we cover the one Saturday game. I appreciate being here. Drop a like, subscribe. Almost at 20K. Woo. Appreciate every one of you that subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you're playing. Other than that, check out Outlier, check out the HQ, and I will see you on Friday to discuss Friday and Saturday WNBA.